Hi guys, I hope my audio is working tonight. It's a little late here on the East Coast, but I decided I wanted to go live tonight because I want to finish out my series here, which was 3 parts, count them, where we are talking about how to fix your life and fix your credit and your finances in this second quarter of 2022. Now, since we're in the very beginning, I'm just going to kind of do some housekeeping right now and get things out of the way. Now, the reason that you came to this video is because you want to know why folks are quietly quitting their jobs. Oh, let's turn this off, y'all. My bad. So you want to know why people are quietly quitting their jobs. Okay, there's a great resignation going on right now in the country. It started in 2020, of course, but it's continuing into 2022. What I need to do tonight is dispel some of these rumors for you and have you start to think for yourself where you stand in this and are you trainable? That's part 3 of my little series that I just made up in my head. Check out my other 2 lives if you want to know more about that. The first one, I believe, was who are you? What is your personality? Who are you, okay? Because you got to know who you are to know where you're actually going. The other thing was, are your goals realistic and do you have goals? Okay. Number 3, are you trainable? That's what we're going to talk about tonight. Now, that ties into folks quietly quitting their jobs, blah, blah, blah. We'll get into that as the night goes on. Now, I'm probably only going to try to be on here for like an hour at that, at best. But damn, y'all know I talk a lot, but we're going to get through this. Now, with this phenomenon, people quietly quitting their jobs, I have to be honest. I did this once before, and I did this with the last corporate job that I actually had. I did. I quietly quit, and I'm going to tell y'all how I did it, and I'm going to tell you why I did it. That's what we're going to do, all right? But before we hop into that, I got to talk about some business stuff. They got me, y'all. They got me today. All right, so a lot of y'all know if you check my YouTube channel, I have links where I sell products. Right? I sell credit repair products. If you want to buy some letters to dispute, if you want to buy the EBOOK, which I just slashed the price tremendously on my EBOOK and sold some copies today. Do y'all know what happened after I sold those copies? Y'all, the platform that I sell them on was like, yo, we got to close your account. You're doing something that we don't follow, or you're not following our guidelines. Okay. Let me explain. I work in a high-risk environment, high-risk industry. Credit repair is considered high risk because 1, people don't pay their bills. Number 2, when people buy products or services for credit repair from credit repair companies, typically they're going to be charging back. So a payment platform doesn't want to go through that smoke. They don't, okay? I'm actually even lucky that I have a merchant that will deal with me and take my payments from my clients. So that's what happened there. So I have to go through this weekend and actually change my links and blah, 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 just to get us on another platform where we can sell those products. So that's what's going on with the business, guys. So if you find that you cannot get a product, that is why, okay? They got your girl. Now, part of the lesson tonight with that is that if I was not flexible and trainable, this would be catastrophic to me, okay? Catastrophic, because I wouldn't know what the next thing is to do, right? If I was not flexible and malleable, all that good stuff, them taking all of my products off of their platform would have literally grounded me today. But I was like, damn, because I've been praying, y'all, and I've been praying to God like, hey, bro, show me what I'm supposed to do next, you know? And when he closes a door, another one opens. All right. So we're going to find a platform that's decent. Hey, I see you there, sir. You need to share this. Okay. Share this with your people. Good to see you. And hopefully we get some more people that come in here tonight. But if they don't, that's okay. You guys will catch the replay because I do see people are catching my replays for my lives, which is great. So trainable. Let's talk about being trainable before we get into this great resignation. Because I have a feeling a lot of people are quietly quitting their jobs because of one factor. They're lazy, but we're going to talk about the other factors in a minute. So I want to start this off by talking about the last time that I was trainable. When I came up with this topic, I started thinking like, damn, When was the last time I was the most trainable in my life? When my brain could like just mold and I could listen and I could be taught anything and I was interested and I wanted to know so much. That happened when I got into credit repair, but there was this other very distinct time in my life that I remember being trainable. And here it is. I hope you guys can see this. This is when I was the most trainable the last time in my life. And A Necessary Evil, I see you there, girlfriend. You know who wanted me to do this? AM1, because I told him, I said, hey, bro, the last time I was the most trainable was when I was a kid, when I was a baby. Okay? This picture means a lot to me. This is one of my favorites, and this is one of my mom's favorites. Now, I was the most trainable there because I was a baby. All right? Everything that I did, I had to trust in other people. I had to trust my judgment. I had to trust their judgment and everything. I was highly, highly trainable. I refused to quit. I kept going. I persevered. That is why I am the person standing in front of you today. Now, a lot of these people that are participating in this Great Resignation, it ain't happening. We're not the same. All right. I want to get that out there. Now, if anybody's still here, like when was the last time that you feel like you were trainable? And if you're catching the replay, tell me in the comments, when was the last time you were most trainable? Being trainable as an adult means that you don't take offense when somebody tells you something. You use reason before creating an argument with a person. And you really, I don't know if I said it already, but you don't take offense to what people have to say to you. You just take it with a grain of salt, and then you mull it over sometimes, and then you go back to the drawing board and you change course if you have to. All right. That's what you do when you are trainable. If you notice in your life, you're going in circles, kind of like how I talk on this channel. But if you see that you're going in circles, one factor could be you are not trainable. All right. That's what it is. I had to accept that for myself. I seriously had to accept this, right? Now, it was a hard pill to swallow. I'm still learning it to this day. Now, let's talk about it. When you go into financial freedom, all this kind of stuff, whether it's a better job, better life, better spouse, better boyfriend, girlfriend, you want to lose weight, whatever it is, you have to be ready to become an entirely different person. You have to do this because the person you have been is why you're in the situation you are today, and it's why you want to change, right? So you have to remember that. And even when you think about something as simple as, I want to be a homeowner. A lot of y'all don't even think you got to be a new person to be a homeowner. Well, you do, because a renter versus a homeowner are two totally different people. You got to handle things differently. A homeowner has to worry about expenses. They got to worry about taxes beyond just their regular, income taxes. They got to worry about maintenance. Do they have cash to maintain their home? All that kind of stuff. And you even handle conflict with your neighbors differently when you are a renter versus a homeowner, right? That is the truth. Okay. So you have to be trainable and you have to become a new person in order to go into this new economy and go into the new phase of your life that you are expecting. All right. And I'm not sure who is still here. It seems like people are popping in and out, but I thank you. You got to do like at least 30 seconds though. That's how I get the credit for like getting the, watch time, because we getting monetized this year. Don't trip. Now, we talked about you having to be a different person when you go into this next phase of your life. When I started my business, it didn't dawn on me that I had to be a different person. I thought literally that I was going to be the exact same person that I was sitting behind a desk in a corporate office. I literally thought I had to be the same person. I was like, oh, all I have to do, sell a few things, tell people I have a business, and then money will roll in. That's not what happens. That's not how this works. Okay. Now we'll talk about that a little bit later because I got to outline. All right. Now with this quiet quitting phenomenon, everybody that's probably going to come through this chat knows somebody that has quietly quit their job, whether they walked off, whether they got, fired on purpose, or whether you're even thinking about quietly quitting your job. It says, based on statistics, 4.4 million Americans have quit their jobs from January to February of this year. 4.4 million Americans. That is astounding. Okay. There have to be a million reasons why this has happened. Now, I want to show you guys something. And this, I think, is from the labor of what are they called? The U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. That's who they are. I'm going to see if I can share that with you guys real quick so we can talk about it. All right, let's share the screen here. All right, now I'm going to zoom this in and see if we could get this. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so this is the U.S. quit rates. I'm just going to kind of go over a couple of states that you guys might or may not be familiar with. Let's see, we got California that had quite a high quit rate. We got Texas that had 3.0. That's quite a bit of people. We even got, let's do my state right here. It would be nice if I could find it. 2.5%. So 2.5% of the population actually quit their jobs in Virginia, which brings me to an interesting point. In my particular state, once I got here, I noticed so many people are not working. It's insane right now. There's actually a shortage of workers here. And I live in a college town, which is a little bizarre that that's happening. But it got me to thinking, all right, I live in Virginia. DC is not too far away. Richmond and Roanoke's not too far away either. I'm kind of in the middle. Why do you guys think that there would be such a high rate of quitting in a college town? Don't college kids need money? Don't they? And I live in a very small town and there's not a lot of work opportunities here. I moved here because I work remotely and everything that I do is remote from a computer. So I can live in a small town. I can do that now. I don't have to subject myself to the big city anymore. Now, something is going on here in Virginia, but it's the same thing that's happening in every single state. People are quietly quitting. But why? Okay. I know I keep asking the same question. It is what it is. Okay. I came to Virginia to work, if I can be honest with you. I left California to come here so I could focus, so I could get on live streams damn near 2 to 3 times a week, so I could push my credit repair products, push my credit repair business, and go into other things. That is why I came here. I came here because I needed to focus, right? So it was very strategic. I didn't come here to necessarily add to the Virginia economy. It's just going to happen. It's just going to come out. That's what's going to happen, okay? But I came here to make money, okay? I came here to make money remotely. And while I live here, I'm going to give back to the economy in whatever way that I can. And I suggest if you're working, do the same in your community, all right? Now, when I thought about the Great Resignation, there's a lot of things that came along with that. We know why it happened. The P word that we're not going to talk about. The jab, of course, that we're not going to really elaborate on too much. But there's a lot of other reasons that I think are not being told here and they're not being discussed. That's why we're on this live stream right now. Ulysses Hill, hello. Where have you been? All right, now, there's a lie that's been going around on the internet about this Great Resignation. They're telling you that people are taking off to discover themselves. What on God's green flat earth does that even mean, right? How do you discover yourself? I didn't move across the country to discover myself. I came here to make money, okay? There's no self-discovery there, all right? Not in that part. Here's the thing. When it comes to how much money the average American makes, they make $51,000, 51 and a half, give or take. That's how much the average American makes. So when I think about it, I looked into the statistics a little bit further, and they say that the average household makes $100,000. That's a household. That's not the individual. So what it tells me is that if the average person makes $50,000, that tells me that there's at least 2 people in each household where these Great Resignations are taking place. If you live in certain cities, you know that you can actually survive off of $51,000 per year. So sometimes with these resignations, it was probably a wife that stopped working because her husband said, babe, stay home. I can make enough. It's people that have roommates and are collecting unemployment, because you can definitely squeeze together enough money if you're getting free unemployment from the government. Can you not? All right. Remember, I do HUD housing audits. I see these numbers every day. People purposely quit their jobs, collect a check, and pay $50 for rent. And they stack and they stack and they stack. That's what happens. Okay. That's where our tax dollars go. Not saying it's good or bad. It just is what it is. Okay. But again, if the average American makes $51,500 a year, it's easy for people to resign because they will be taken care of, okay? I take care of the groceries, you take care of the rent, or we'll split it, whatever. The issue comes in where the unemployment stops. What are we going to do, right? Now, again, people didn't take off to discover themselves. A lot of people took off to scam. I cannot tell you how many files I see during my Section 8 audits for HUD, by the way. You know how many SBA loans I saw on the paperwork? And here's the thing, the thing about, I don't want to say poor people, but people with not a lot of money and people that aren't trainable, which is what we're talking about tonight. People that aren't trainable don't know how to hide their money. They don't even know how to scam properly. Okay. And what I mean is I review bank statements, right? Because I have to check your income and your assets to make sure that HUD is paying you the correct amount of subsidy or paying the owner the correct amount of subsidy. If you have an SBA loan and you say you're zero income, why the hell do you have an SBA loan deposited into your account that's $100,000? You literally came in and told the landlord you don't make any money. Well, okay, here's the thing. If you have an SBA loan on your bank statement, that means you're telling the government you have a business, which means now you have unreported income. Okay, you're scamming. All right, so that was part of the Great Resignation too. People took off and went to Tyrone and whoever, so Tyrone could do the paperwork for the SBA loan and get them that money so they could get that check run. That's what happened, all right? Now, but here's what the government or the media is trying to tell you. Let's talk about it. And if y'all know somebody that did the Great Resignation situation and they ain't working, please leave me a comment because I need to know, because y'all, I see so many scams. I think I'm actually going to even, I'm going to start doing some Section 8 Chronicles because I feel like the American people seriously need to know how hard y'all are being scammed. And I am too, because I work, pay taxes, I do all of that, okay? But still, I'm helping these people scam. All right, so there's a part of this article where they talked about it, and this is pewresearch.org. So apparently it's supposed to be really, trustworthy. All right. Okay. I think this is where it was. Y'all should have highlighted this. All right. Anyway, so this is it right here. It says the majority of workers who quit their job in 2021 say it was because of low pay. I think that's a lie. Now they said no advancements in opportunities, no advancement opportunities at their jobs. That one is true because I will say I did a silent resignation because of that. And I'm gonna talk about that story in a minute. Feeling disrespected at work. All right, you guys, get over yourselves. All right, I got to tell you that. I got to be real. People are going to disrespect you every day of your life. You are at will when you take a job. All right. Yeah, it's about to get preachy. You don't like preachy? Click off. Come back in about 5 minutes. Listen here. If you are my employee, I will respect you. However, it is not my job to learn how to communicate with you and handle you with kid gloves in that way, right? I do believe in sensitivity. But sometimes when you tell people the truth, they hear it the way they want to and they fly off the handle. So this 57% that quits because they feel disrespected, I'm not even going to pay attention to that. We're not even going to look at this anymore because I feel like that is so stupid. That is just the dumbest reason. Unless you are seriously being like, what do they do? Waterlogged or water tortured or something? If you work in retail or something, homie, you're going to be disrespected. You work in hospitality, you're going to be disrespected. Okay. I used to work in customer service years ago when AT&T, I think it is now, when they were singular. Bruh, I used to get cussed out every day. And I'm chatty, man. Like I usually can turn that kind of situation around when it comes to clients, but bruh, that was a lot. So I did that job, I think for about 5 months. And then an opportunity came to take my ass up to the technical support department. I was out because you get a whole different level of respect from customers when you're sitting in technical support. Whole different level. So that's why, again, I say the disrespect thing, that's on you because you got to try to maneuver and get out of that situation, But of course, I know some bosses can be assholes. So I'm not saying like it's all your fault, but don't let respect be like one of the reasons that you quit your job and your livelihood is now threatened. Like, come on, guys, don't do that. Don't do that. Now, the biggest part that I think happened with this resignation, because I've even seen this in the paperwork that I audit for HUD. This is where the Section 8 people done won my heart, because some of them are trainable. And I think some of them, they're pretty smart. I've seen so many letters come through where people resign from their jobs because they didn't want to get. All right. Now that's some paperwork I don't mind approving to get zero rent. And I think I talked about that on another video. That's the part in these articles they're not talking about, but we're not going to get on that because this isn't a political discussion, but that's another big reason that the Great Resignation has happened. If you're here stopping by, drop a like, guys, drop a like. So I want to talk about why are people actually quitting. But before I do that, I'll go ahead and go through the comments here, because I don't know how many of y'all are still here. But we'll go through. Hey, I don't know if you're still here. I know I said hi to you already, but it's so good to see you. Yes, and you will be seeing me on this channel a whole lot more, because y'all, this YouTube is a labor of love, man, and I'm down with it. I'm gonna be here because I know I'm gonna be able to build that loyal following by showing up for you guys, and I know that that's what it is. Hey, girl. All right, let's see. Yeah, you're probably nervous about that, because whenever something good starts to happen and we're not accustomed to it, the brain automatically is waiting for the other shoe to drop, which is unfortunate, which it ties into the message tonight, where you got to be trainable. You have to know in yourself, and you got to train your brain to understand that the further you get in life, the better your life is going to get. So that is supposed to happen, right? The more you pay your credit cards down, the more you're going to get rewarded. Train yourself to remember that. You deserve it, Yeah, your 20s. Like I told y'all, this was the most that I was ever, malleable, pliable, all that good stuff. And I have a mission this year to get back to that. I want to get back to that childhood wonder, that childhood excitement about life. I'm feeling that about my business right now, which is crazy. I'm feeling that way about my social media. I'm feeling that way about everything, y'all. We know why. Necessary Evil, if you're still here, girl, that 5-day fast, yeah, that helped. And our boy AM1 is definitely onto something with that, because my life has literally gone in a whole different direction right now because of that 5-day fast that I did. And yeah, it's crazy. Entrepreneurs, not sure. I don't know what that's referring to, but hey, Ulysses, welcome back. Yes, hit that like. And honestly speaking, like the people that come in and come out, if you're ghost watching, that's okay too. Like, stay here, stick around. You know what I mean? It's all good. Thank you. Hey, Matt. I don't know if you're still here. Probably not, because I think there's only like 3 or 4 people here right now. Shouting out T Warrior. Very nice. Hustling backwards. You can always be hustling backwards, but the thing is, you don't want to be one of those people, because if you're going to be one of those, like, not saying Necessary Evil is not a scammer, y'all. No, she is not. She is not a scammer. Not even a little bit. What it is though is that you don't want to do what poor people do. You don't want to do what desperate people do. You don't want to get caught up in that ring of like silliness, because there's always going to be somebody like me, a third party auditor, that's going to come in and find you. We going to find you. Remember that guy from years ago? Hide your kids, hide your wife. We going to find you. Like, homie, don't do it. You know what I'm saying? My whole, my life, credit repair, my auditing work, everything is literally based around finding loopholes, finding people slipping up. I know it sounds horrible, y'all, but it is what it is. That's my bread and butter, baby. But I do it in a nice way. Whatever. SBA is like more. You're funny. They didn't help me at all, Necessary Evil. I didn't get no damn SBA loan. And a lot of that was because I really just didn't know how to file the paperwork. Like, I'm gonna be real about that. I could do some disputes for you, but that SBA loan paperwork, miss me with that, okay? Because business was actually really good during the pandemic, so I'm not gonna front on that. The other thing a lot of people did was the PPP loan fraud, which y'all know people are suffering right now because of that. Let me see. That's what it's about to be. The Chronicles of Section 8. Definitely tune in for that, y'all. Yeah, and actually a lot of people made a lot more on unemployment, at least based on the paperwork that I saw, particularly in California and the Midwest. When I did look at all of that paperwork, what I came to find out was that because of the supplement, the $600 and the $300 extra that they were giving people, they were actually making more by sitting on their couch, collecting their Section 8, collecting their food stamps, doing all that. They were actually able to make a lot more money on unemployment, And I'm not mad at it, because the thing is, if the government's going to do it, the government must have a plan to recoup all that money. Oh, that's right. They're going to recoup it from us, the actual people that work. I forgot. But anywho, why are people quitting? I came up with a couple of core ideas about why it is that I believe people are quitting. Let me sip my water here. And this is water. I don't drink, okay? At least not right now. All right. So there's a few reasons that your average person is being a part of this, or is taking part in this Great Resignation, and why people are quitting. This is part of why I quit. Okay. Expectation versus reality. No work-life balance. Laziness / lack of participation prizes. And the biggest thing, the majority of people are actually not trainable, because a lot of the reasons that you quit your job could be because you don't know how to maneuver the situation that you're currently in. I know some people like this. I'm not going to be specific, but I do know some people that don't necessarily like their work, but they've convinced themselves that they have to stay, and they don't. What is it? You're not a tree. Get up and go. You're not planted where you are. Ever. All right. So most people, they're not trainable. And hey, Kim, I see you, girlfriend. So there's, like I said, we talked about the things that I didn't know when I started my business, which kind of sucked. I didn't know I was going to have to actually work hard. I didn't know that I was going to have to network. I didn't know that I was going to have to pay to join associations. Y'all, it was expensive. I remember one year I had to spend, I think at least altogether, I know for sure, I had to spend at least, it had to be between $5,000 and $8,000. And when I say that, I'm talking about the cost to join. And this was a members only club, so I had to be invited into the damn thing. So that was like $2,500 just to join. And then my particular membership, I think, was like $280 per month. Y'all, I still got that membership, but it's on hold right now. So I pay $80 a month. Okay. And they've been posting on social media like crazy, and I miss them so much. So when I get back to LA in July, oh yeah, we going, playa. We going. It's going to be so much fun. But I didn't know that. And I didn't know I had to buy dresses. I didn't know I had to wear makeup all the time. I didn't know I was going to have to pick up the phone every time a damn client called me. I didn't know I was going to have to actually have decorum when I went places. I didn't know that. I was used to going into my corporate job. Sometimes I was high. I was high a lot. But yeah, I went in there, kind of just out of my mind every day. I would eat breakfast. I probably started working like an hour after I got there. You can't live that kind of life if you're going to be a business owner though. Right. So that was an adjustment for me, a big adjustment. And I'm still adjusting to this day. All right. So I'm not going to go through the list of everything that I, didn't know about business ownership. I also didn't know about taxes. Yeah. And Kim, you can actually speak to this too. Like, are there things that you, went through with starting your business? For those of you that don't know, Kim here, she's MIT by Kimberly, Moments in Time by Kimberly. One of the best photographers that I know. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure she's learning a lot too. I know you're learning business credit and all kinds of stuff, but as far as your craft, girlfriend, you are there. I say this every time you're on the live, but okay. So yeah, no associations, but I have to put my name. Yes. And that's what I'm going to be doing here in Virginia. I am going to have to. Now, the great thing is that it's a very small town. So I'm going to have access that I wouldn't necessarily have in Los Angeles, right? I'm going to be able to touch the actual leaders of the community. Okay, I was on the phone with somebody not too long ago, and he pointed out, he's like, Glenn Youngkin was like in your city a week ago or a day or two ago. And I'm like, no, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. Yeah, right. Bro, he was right over there, like right up the street. I could have literally went and shook this dude's hand. Hey, Mr. Youngkin, looking to, boost the financial health of this community. Here's my card. Could have did that, y'all. Could have did that. But I wasn't informed. Okay? I wasn't informed. These are things I'm still learning in business. The other thing I'm learning, connect with people that can actually help you. Okay? Kimberly, you have probably gone through this where you talk to people that aren't in business. They don't know the first thing about it. And you can tell when you talk to them, they go blank because they have nothing to contribute to the conversation. Literally, I've had this happen. I've sat on the phone with people, good friends, by the way. Hey, I got to do this. I got to do that. Oh man, I got to do this for my business. Crickets. It's like, that's another thing in business I didn't know I had to do. I didn't know I had to get with like-minded people. I didn't know that, right? I struggle with this. I keep wanting to bring my old life into my new life. Okay, that's the place I got to become more trainable, more malleable, more like accepting of the way things have to be now. Self-built. Yes. Oh my God. Listen, I was going to show you guys my goals, but the spreadsheet itself is way too big. But like I said, I have literally created this big goal for myself for the next 365 days. Now, if you come to another live, I promise I will show you guys what my financial goals are for my company. I started a new LLC here a couple days ago, so we still have to, get the tax ID, which takes 2 seconds. For those of you that don't know, if you start a business, go to the IRS website and just type in your business info. They will give you your tax ID right then and there, okay? But do it online. Don't write in or anything like that. That's stupid. So, anyway, I didn't accept, and I'm still having a hard time accepting. When I talk about certain things, the people that I know will not understand and they will not care. That's the other part about business I did not know. I was listening to a guy, Tim Jackson, earlier today, and y'all please follow him. Oh my God, he is the truth. And I hope that dude gets a whole bunch of followers. Tim Jackson now, look him up. He says something prolific, and I guess it's in the Bible. Any Bible thumpers out there, you could tell me if this is the truth, but he said that you will never become a prophet in your own land. When I heard that, I fell out because I'm like, dude, you're so right. Oh my God, you're so right. I'm sorry, when I walked off camera, y'all probably thought I fell out or something. I'm here. But he said that because he's like, yo, the people that you know, they don't see you the way you see yourself. They don't see you making a certain amount of money every year. They don't see you building a brand. They don't see you like that. They see the person that they met. They see the person they grew up with. I was talking to a friend about this the other day. I said, hey, I'll be looking at my friends on Facebook from high school. They're old and gray. They got pot bellies, man. They got 10 kids now. But I still see them as that person, that 14-year-old freshman year. How? How does the brain do that? My brain won't even let me see them as adults. They over here with gray hair. Half of the dudes ain't got no hair no more. But I still see them as that 14-year-old kid that I met freshman year. Not trainable. My brain just don't want to accept it. But just like I'm that way with them, so are the people that know me and love me. They just don't love me in that way. You know what I'm saying? They don't care whether or not my business is successful, because they're stuck in the image that they have of who I was. I'm not that person anymore. Okay. Like I said, I'm going back in time. I'm hoping that I have Benjamin Button's disease, and I'm going back to this. This is the only place that I want to go back. because this one believed everything was possible, anything and everything. I even thought I could fly at one point because I used to watch Peter Pan a lot. Now that I'm an adult, I know Peter Pan was a fucking weirdo. All right. So anyway, moving on. Expectations versus reality. When it comes to this Great Resignation and why people want to quit their jobs with no real plan. Here's my story about corporate. I'm going to be real quick. I started this job, and in my last live, I told you guys about it. It was a job where essentially I was supposed to be an auditor, but for a nonprofit. Like one of the biggest nonprofits in the world that y'all don't think makes money, like on an income side. They have a ton of properties all through this country. They are making bank. But that's another story. So I work for this nonprofit in their income producing department. The thing I didn't know about corporate was that there was politics there. I didn't know that shit, y'all. When I started that job, first of all, I got the job through a friend, right? And I recognized a long time, like in my career with that person, I was following them everywhere that they went. That was already a big problem. But anyway, went to this job, went to this office, thought everything was good. I finally got to wear heels. I got to wear tights. I got to wear skirts. I got to wear my hair. I got to do everything. It was great. What I didn't know is that there's office politics. What I didn't know is that there's really personality types in an office. And I had to figure out which one I was. For a long time, I was just the new girl. That was me, right? I was the right hand crony lackey of my boss. That's who I was, okay? She didn't necessarily like to do her job, so I had to do it for her. This person was a director. I literally was doing the work of a director, but I was sitting outside her office. Crazy, right? I didn't know that's a game that gets played in corporate. So I was one of those people that felt disrespected. I was one of those 57% of whatever the hell they were saying in that stupid article. That was me. I was also I don't even know if I was 30 yet when I got that job, but I didn't know that. I didn't know that when something illegal happened in that office, because this is, again, dealing with subsidies, government money, all that kind of stuff. I didn't know that as I was, transmitting this information to the government, I didn't understand that a lot of it was fraudulent. I'm not saying that these people knowingly committed fraud, but I'm saying that whenever I saw things and I uncovered things and I went to, upper management and talked to them about it, because when you're an auditor, you have to express those things. When I did that, not to say it's fraud, but I see a discrepancy. Let's talk about it. It was, what's wrong with you? Like, who cares? Click the button, send the paperwork to HUD, shut up, right? That's what it was. I wasn't ready for that. I thought when I went into the compliance realm, I thought it was going to be, let's be by the book. Let's do this right. We're in this nonprofit. It's going to be great. The nonprofit is literally based on helping the world, helping the homeless. Put two and two together. You can probably figure out what company it is. Needless to say, I ended up learning so much in that job. I learned that you're not supposed to talk too much. I learned that you're not supposed to share your personal life with people. And you guys know I'm an open book. If you know me personally, you probably know more about me than you even should. Okay. But the thing is, I learned so freaking much, and man, it made me never want to go back. Right. Unless I create a corporate office that people can work in. So that's some of it. And I had other ideas or stories in my head, but I don't want to share them tonight because there's a lot to talk about with that company. Don't want to bore you with that. Expectation versus reality. We're in a microwave culture. You think when you start a job, you're going to get promoted right away because either you have a degree, you think you have a certain level of expertise, you think more highly of yourself than your resume would have everyone else believe. That's what it is. You have a very high level of self-belief, which is good, but sometimes in corporate that doesn't work. You really just have to be confident in your ability to network. That's all it is with that. So the expectation is hard work will get you where you need to go. The reality is that you have to network and you actually do have to be social, but be crafty about it. I knew a girl in my corporate environment And if you're watching me and you know me from years ago, do not drop this person's name, okay? But yo, this person was shady, man. Like, she would sleep with vendors. She was actually sleeping with a football star that used to do some nonprofit work for us. Bro, it was wild. But this girl was very loose. She was very, very loose. And her boss knew she was loose. But the thing was, they had a relationship from 20 years ago. It was two women. They weren't gay or nothing. They just had a relationship, a working relationship for years. So because she knew she was doing all this weird stuff, you know, she just overlooked it, because the beauty of it was the girl that was a slut, she was very personable. She's like one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. Like, even thinking back, the bitch tried to get me fired once, and we had been friends for like 7 or 8 years. That was when I knew. I was like, all right, I gotta go. I gotta quietly quit this place, because this is too much. We got fraud. We got a sex kitten in the office. You know what I'm saying? We got some crazy stuff going on. So, microwave culture. This person knew she wasn't going to get things really quickly, but she knew, okay, if I'm here, I got to work the system. I got to do it this way versus hard work. She was very smart. She was able to get people to do the work for her. And she did that with a lot of people. And I will tell you, she's left a lot of people in her past that are very unhappy with her, but because they're not in power positions, there's nothing they can do about it. So for me, I'm not big on revenge, but I think the best revenge is just to move on and become successful. That's like it, you know. She's going to die in that job. She's already said it, you know, she's going to die in that job. So, you know, microwave culture, like I said. Anyway, another thing about expectation versus reality is that, you know, you went to college, you got the job, and now you have debt. The thing that happened is nobody prepared you for the fact that you were going to get this job that you thought was great. Yes, you make $100,000, but you have $150,000 in student loan debt. Nobody explained that part to Wills, and like, you might have wasted some of your time. The other thing about college degrees that we touched on in the other video, excuse me guys, in the other video, is that you could literally spend like 7-8 years of your life in college, and then you end up working for me. When I was a manager for a few years, I think I did management for like 4 or 5 years, like out of my whole career before I went into auditing. Every employee that I had a bachelor's degree or a master's. I have a high school diploma. I haven't even gotten my associates. I went to school for social reasons. I went to school to talk. I went to school because, you know, I had a boyfriend at home. You can only talk to your boyfriend so much before the conversation's stagnant. The co-workers, I talked to them all day. I have some friends, but most of my friends were married at that time. So it was like, eh. So I went to school to socialize. I went to school to learn how to speak. I went to school that was it. And I drew a little bit. Damn, it's on the wall, but I have a drawing here. I learned how to draw and paint. As a matter of fact, I'll show you a painting. Stick around, guys. It's right here. I haven't unwrapped it yet because I just moved, but I learned how to do stuff like this, okay? I learned how to use acrylics. I learned how to draw with pencils. That's the best thing I ever got out of school. That's it. And I went for communications. And then I only learned like a week ago, communications degrees don't mean shit. I didn't know that. But okay, anyway, I'm getting off topic, guys. I'm sorry. The other thing about the college people, when I used to interview them, I mean, thank you for coming to the interview, but this is like a $15 an hour job. We're not hiring you. Because you know what's going to happen? Me as the manager, I'm going to hire you there. And I'm going to be sitting at my desk every day typing, telling you what to do, right? And if I pop slick to you, you sitting over there thinking about shooting for the moon and trying to take my job or trying to like do better. So I got to tell you, like, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't even know why I said that, but that's why sometimes I say the college degree does not matter, because ain't nobody gonna hire you. You're like the pretty girl in the group. Ain't nobody trying to take you anywhere because you're gonna get all the attention. No, my high school diploma having ass, nah. nah, nope, you're not hired. Go to corporate with that. All right. So the second part about why people are quietly resigning. Oh, snap. Wait, let me go into these comments for a little bit. I need a little water break. Yeah, that's true. We all start from the bottom. Another content creator today says something very poignant, and she is so right. She said that she had to start going to conferences and exposing herself to different people because she felt like she was repeating the first year of her business over and over and over. And I can absolutely relate to that because now that I'm in Virginia, and you guys know I fired all of my clients last year. So the end of last year, I fired everybody. I said, guys, we're done. We're done. I got to revamp this thing. We're done. So I'm closing you out this month. It is what it is. I'm sorry, So I am essentially starting off at year one. I'm transparent. I don't care. What are you going to do? You can clown, but shit, do you have a business? Probably not, So yeah, it's like you start at year one, sometimes with everything in your life, and you got to take it in stride and take it with a smile. I'm so relieved that I'm literally starting like it's the first year of my business because I'm going in with like a ton of knowledge already. And it's like, well, okay, we're starting over because we're starting a new company. But essentially, I'm learning more about advertising. I'm learning more about ways to get out into the community, all of that stuff, you guys. So yeah, like there's nothing wrong with starting over. And I wish more people would be comfortable doing that. There's nothing embarrassing about it. If anything, it's more embarrassing to stay in the same cycle over and over. If you agree with that, I see y'all ghost watching. Leave a comment. Like, why are Matt and Kim the only people commenting? Yeah, but no, I want to have a dialogue about this because I know sometimes I come off strong, but hey, it is what it is, man. Like, come on, it's all love here. But yeah, if you ever felt that way, like you were repeating the same year of your life over and over, I mean, leave a comment and say something. It's all good. Yeah, the key is to start every single day. Like I did some stories, not stories, what do you call them on YouTube? What are they called? Shorts. I've been doing shorts this week, y'all. And I did a short the other day about Airbnb. Y'all, that thing shot. They got like 1,000 views. I was like, what? Nice. So I'm going to be doing shorts all the time now. Hometown town they grew up in. Are you talking about not leaving? I'm not sure what that was about. Nonprofit. Yes, they are extremely profitable. Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. When I went into the income making or income producing side of this company, I definitely saw that and that was insane. Hey, that's so true. There was this one chick at that company that I work for. And I remember when I first started, I was a property manager with that company. And she had a master's degree. And I remember thinking to myself, like, damn, she's probably not making any more than $18 an hour. Now, granted, this job was good because you got free housing and you didn't have to pay for utilities. And I think we got free cable too, if I'm not mistaken. So we were making like $15 to $18 an hour and not having to pay rent, right? Let me know if my connection is okay. If somebody's still in the chat, because this StreamYard is telling me that my signal isn't that great. Can you hear me? Can you see me? I need to know these things. I need to know. Oh, you know what it's doing? It's not letting me, all right. It's being real weird about me leaving comments. They don't want me talking to y'all. Bro, they trying to keep me from my people. The hell? That's crazy. Damn. All right. Well, anyway, hell, I forgot what I was talking about there. But anyway. Oh yeah. So yeah, this girl, and I mean, damn, bro, she thought she was so smart. Gosh, she was smart, man. But she was like, if you guys, shit, I don't have it on me right now, but there's a HUD handbook that's like about this thick. And when she first got the job, remember, this is a $15 to $18 an hour job. Okay. She read the whole damn book. By that time, I had been in the industry for about, 5 or 6 years. I didn't read that damn book. I read the chapters that pertain to my job. All right. That's all I did. But she went through that thing front to back. That was that master's mentality. So I don't blame her for that. But I did clown her in my head silently because I was like, damn, chick, you're not making that much money. Don't do that. But I will say this. She's like a HUD director or something like that in Rhode Island now. I think it's Rhode Island. No, wherever. Damn it, y'all. I'm gonna get back on. I'm gonna get back on point. But Cape Cod. Where is Cape Cod, you guys? Where is Cape Cod? I don't want to Google it. Somebody, I know y'all are brilliant. But yeah, she's like a HUD director in Cape Cod now. So I guess reading that entire book did something. So guess I take that back. All right, now we talked about expectations versus reality. And now we're going to talk about like no work-life balance. That's why a lot of people actually are quietly resigning. And then some of them are noisily resigning and putting it on social media, which is so stupid. Don't tape yourself or film yourself quitting your job, by the way. You're an idiot. Nothing on social media disappears. Ever. All right, so no work-life balance. What does that look like? You're married to your work. And if you have a regular job, even if you work from home like I do, you're married to your work, whether or not you want to believe it. Your work, you're there 6 to 8 hours a day, probably longer. You're with people that are not your family for 6 to 8 hours, probably longer. You talk with them, you joke with them, you do all kind of stuff with them. You spend a third of your life at work. Okay, so we're only doing in thirds here. You spend a third of your life at work. The average U.S. worker works 34.4 hours per week. Okay. Now, granted, I believe we work less than Europeans, but Europeans work 37 hours. But the trade-off is that they take time off of work. They get 3 to 4 weeks, if not more, of vacation, and it's mandatory to take it. They also take 2-hour lunches. Americans, for some reason, feel like they have to work through lunch. They feel like they can't turn off emails. They feel like their boss has the right to text them or email them after hours. No, you don't. Okay? I have a burner phone, and I need to stop calling it a burner phone. This is my business phone. This is not a burner phone. And if I ever do a call-in show, I'll give you guys the 800 number so you can call in, because I think I'm going to make it just an 800 number for the call-in. But that's the problem with Americans. Even though we don't want to work, the ones that do work overdo it. You're working like you are a business, and you need to stop, because you're working like you're basically building someone else's business, giving them a third of your life. You're now burned out, and that's why you think you have to quietly quit because you gave too much of your life. There's nothing wrong with like going up to your boss and like saying it with tact, of course, but telling them, hey, bro or sis, you know, I'm in Bible study from this time to this time every night. I'm not going to be able to answer your calls. And then I'm at dinner with my family after that. I'm not going to be able to answer. I'm going to actually be able to reach you again in the morning when I get to work. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. I remember when I started my corporate job, my boss actually kind of had that conversation with me. She's like, you know, you're going to have to do the job until the job is done. Excuse me? No, I'm not. Now, what I said in person was, okay. But in my head, I was like, no, I'm not. And you're going to see. No, I'm not. I never worked on anything at that job after my hours were done. I never did. Okay. And the thing is, you don't have to tell your boss that. You just conduct yourself accordingly. So I'm saying all that to say work-life balance is part of the reason y'all quit, but I'm not for people overworking themselves, especially not to build someone else's dream and you don't have a stake in that. That's not okay. When you should do it is when you know that you're going to actually benefit. Case in point, I had a friend, we actually used to date a couple of years ago, and I didn't understand the value of dating a man that had a business. I get it now, which I'll talk about that some other day, but we can't go back in time, can we? Anyhow, they had an employee when they first started their business, and this girl was smart, man. She made herself available and she made herself useful, and she was very smart, and she gave them pointers on their business. This girl, I know exactly what she was doing. She was planting the seed to become a partner in that company. And she's brilliant because it was 3 guys. 3 guys, you guys, okay? One was already on his way out because his wife just started kicking out babies. As soon as that business opened, that girl wasn't stupid. She started kicking out them babies because she was like, look, I'm not going back to work. So because of that, we kind of figured, because me and the guy I was dating at the time, he was part owner, and we talked about it. And I said, dude, I was like, he's going to leave. Like at some point he's going to leave because his wife is not dumb. She is going to quietly resign from her job and she's going to have babies and he's going to have to keep working. Okay. And that's what's going to happen. And that's pretty much what happened. But, like I said, this other girl, she was just very smart and she was there from the beginning. When it's stuff like that, I think it's okay. I think it's okay to give your all because this was 3 entrepreneurs. They were all young guys. I mean, it was inspirational. But because I was in a terrible, God, dude, I was so full of myself for those years, man. Because I had that corporate job and I thought, dude, you're crazy. You need to just go get a job. And he used to always tell me, you don't know what you're talking about, man. He's like, this is going to be something. So I was that girl, right? I was the dream killer. But the point is, the girl is still with them. And I know she's getting paid handsomely. And if she's smart and if she's about her paper, hopefully she has already made that. She's had a discussion with them as far as becoming a part owner in that business. Because the business model is fantastic. And I'm not going to say what the business is, but I have yet to see anything on the market that is what they are doing. And it's a very simple concept. You would be amazed at how much money you can make if you make your service available to people 24 hours a day. So think about plumbers. Plumbers make a lot of money because they're available 24 hours a day. So they weren't doing that, but yeah. All right. So work-life balance. I say it's okay to not have work-life balance if you know it's going to pay off. So be strategic before you do something soul-sucking, okay? Like my business, I like staying up late like this. I like the fact that I'm up with you guys right now doing this. It's 10:45 on the East Coast. I'm an East Coaster, It's 10:45, but I know it's only 7:45 back home, right? So I got to catch those people too. I want to catch you before you go and wild out tonight and drink. This is what you should be drinking. Snap, tar baby Yoda. Lord have mercy. Now, who sent you here, sir? Who sent you here? Who sent you? This is going to make some people mad, bruh. All right. Okay, look, I can't have that face on my screen, though. I got it. I'm sorry, bruh. Peace. Can't do that. Okay, but thank you for letting me know my sound is good, guys. And don't be making no comments about that damn picture that just popped up there, y'all. I don't want that smoke tonight. My block game is very strong. People know. I'll block you. Don't say no names. All right, now. No work-life balance. That has led to this great resignation. Hustle culture. You're side hustling yourself to death. Now, I know there's some people in here that definitely side hustle. I did it myself when I first started my business. But I only did it because, one, I needed the funds to start my business. But then the second reason I did the side hustle was because I was bored. That was another part of it. And I had somebody that was doing it too. So we kind of bounced the idea off of each other. So it was kind of fun, even though I was out driving by myself. The fact that I knew somebody that was doing it and we related to each other on that level, it was cool. It made it more fun. Now, I probably wouldn't get out there and do it at the moment because it's just not as fun when you can't really share that experience with people. But yeah, the hustle culture and side hustling. The truth about that is that if you want to make enough money, you're going to have to really work. You're going to have to work at it. And then you have to make the decision on if that side hustle is going to be a thing that you want to turn into a full-time business, a full-time, thing. Because it's not a hustle. Is it going to stay a hustle or is it going to become something profitable, right? So yeah, if you're side hustling, and working yourself. And, I have a friend, they're in the chat right now. They can speak up if they want to, but no, you don't have to, no pressure. But what you'll notice as you start to side hustle is that, remember that third of work, the third of your life in work that you give to your day job, you're going to find that your side hustle takes another third of it, right? You're tired. You don't really want to talk to people. You don't really want to go out. Like, you don't really make time for anything that's going to level you out. Like, when I was side hustling, I remember, one, because I was doing Uber Eats and DoorDash, not DoorDash, but Uber Eats and what's the other one? Grubhub. I was doing Uber Eats and Grubhub. And it was fun because I used to drive up in the Hollywood Hills. I used to see all kinds of rich people. And it was like, damn, I want to be that one day. But I'm not going to be that driving Grubhub and Uber Eats. That's the truth, So some people side hustle thinking that it's really going to help them stack paper. And it's like it does in the moment, but it's like the paper that you stack, you have to have a plan for where that money is going to go. Because if you just make the money and it goes into your bank account, you're going to end up spending it on the leisure activities. Because remember, that third of your life that you give to the side hustle makes you tired. It makes you want to drink. It makes you maybe smoke some pot, snort some coke, whatever y'all into. But it makes you start to partake in other things. And all your money goes to those things and not your actual goal. Okay. Speaking from experience. Okay. I'm not saying anybody I know has done that. I'm just saying that that's my experience. Because once my business was paid for to get it started, I started using that money to go out. I didn't invest. I didn't do anything smart with the money. Then I had to pay taxes on it. The hell is that about? So yeah, hustle culture, it could be back. It could hit you and not feel good because you end up spending that money on other areas that you don't need to. Massachusetts or Maryland? Oh yeah, I'm not sure. Cape Cod, I think might be Massachusetts. I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah, Kim. I mean, it's always good to have somebody to keep you in check. And that's the thing. It's like, the thing I know about you, that, you both are not subject to a boss. You are your own bosses, which is fantastic. I mean, it's a totally different way to be, but there is a level there's a level of responsibility that comes with that. And I'm sorry I keep burping, y'all. That's so rude. Probably because I keep drinking water and talking. But, you guys have made it, right? And that's why I told you, Kim, I want you to come on the channel, girlfriend, because people need to hear these stories. I don't think they understand, like, there's a moment in your business where it's going to be slow. And then when the crap starts to rev up, if you're not trainable, if you're not malleable, if you're not ready for that next level, your mind's not right, whatever, you're not going to be able to make it, man. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. You're dumb. I don't know if you're still here, but cut it out. Anybody can make it through the door, just so y'all know what he's talking about. Oh, snap. Thank you, sir. Yes. Like, the whole crew is here, y'all. It's crazy, man. What a year we've all had, huh? I mean, dang, bro. It's been a hell of a year, but it's going to get better. Like, I'm not even tripping. It's going to be a beautiful ass year. It really is, despite all the craziness that's been happening. Oh, snap. Did he come back? Oh, he came back as corn pop. Lord have mercy. Crack. Oh, you talking about if people smoke or drink or do coke? Oh, snap. Oh, you talking about getting on the channel? Girl, it's not easy to stand up here and talk because, like, what happens in the chat too, and like the people that have live streamed, because T-Warrior, you actually usually have people that come into your live streams, which is fucking awesome. Okay, low key, we need to get you monetized this year. Not we meaning me, but your channel has the juice. I think you need to get on that because I got to sit up here and do this. I got to, dance and sing for y'all to get monetized. Okay. But I think it's going to come very easy for your channel. I think that's going to be a great revenue stream if you keep up what you're doing. Hoping to see you live more for sure. But Kim, yes, it's not easy to get up here and do it, but if the chat or if the views go down to one person, yeah, and it sucks for my ego to see it, but remember there's replays, y'all. Like my lives actually get replays. I'm like, damn, there's people actually clicking on that mess. That's crazy. Y'all be sitting here listening to me just yap. I think it's the curls though. You know what I'm saying? You're like, what this curly girl got to say? Corn pop. Who is that in the picture? Because I'm pretty sure it's some kind of black criminal or something that I don't know about, because I know that's not you. We've already established circa bros and cons a couple of years ago that you a white man. We know you white, you ain't black. So who is that person? Somebody drop it in the chat. And if you guys haven't liked the stream, please hurry up and like it. Even if you come in and drop out, like the stream. What took place? The only thing I know about Netflix is that Netflix actually suffered a very massive loss. I think it was last quarter, because of the fact that they tried to do the SmackDown, telling everybody that they couldn't have sharing their passwords and stuff like that. So if there's something else that I missed, expound on that. Disney, was it that don't say whatever? I ain't saying it on my channel because my channel's not about that. CNN, I know somebody said they were trying to buy CNN, or did CNN get shut down or something? Y'all let me know in the chat. What happened? What is he talking about? What is T Warrior talking about? What is he talking about? Like I said, the only thing with any of these companies that I pay attention to at this point, at this juncture, is what kind of money they're making. Should I buy the stock? And does it look like something major is going to happen to where I either should sell or buy? That's the only thing that I really am looking at. Yeah, but let me know. What happened there? Hey. That's right. Shoot. Sub it up. And also I gotta make some moderators, guys. I gotta be prepared for when the channel gets bigger and people come in here trying to cuss me out. Cause look, some dude actually did that on my comments not too long ago. Actually this week. He was like, this video needs to be taken down. I was like, hey, let me beat you to it, brother. Block. You ain't coming up in this. You can't do that to me. Charles Felonious. Oh, Lord, I'm not gonna make myself look stupid. Whatever. Did he beat somebody? Why is he a felon? What? I don't know who no damn Charles Bennett is. Y'all, I don't. I'm sorry. All right. Back to this work-life balance and people quitting quitting silently, the Great Resignation. Let's stay on task, people. Damn. All right. So, like I said, hustling backwards. So if you are doing the hustle thing right now, I will tell you, you are doing so much more than anybody that is quietly quitting and just sitting on their ass right now. You're definitely doing so much more than other people are doing. So I definitely commend anybody that's doing that. I just say side hustle with a purpose. That's it. Side hustle with a purpose. Because that could eat your life up if you're not careful. When I lived in Hollywood, actually, my neighbor, we were doing it at the same time. We were doing the delivery stuff. And he had two cars. And he had two cars because one of them he did for Uber Eats. The other one he did for Uber, the traditional Uber where he drove people around, the ride sharing. That dude was tired. He was always working, sun up to sundown, because he didn't want to have a regular job. Sucked his life away. Work-life balance. You will not have relationships if you work too much either. The problem here too, and why a lot of people are resigning, is because social skills are really on the decline right now. We're really pushing this thing in society where you should be single, you should be alone, you should, when somebody does something terrible, you're out of my life completely. You're out of my life and that's it. Now I had that bad. I'm not gonna front. I had that. Okay, my cutoff game is strong, but I also recognize it is not good to be that way. You can't cut people off like that, you know? I think you can cut off access to yourself, but you don't cut people off. That's the thing. So, like, with the people that I now have distance with, I don't hate those people. The thing is, like, the point is, like, unless you've done something like really crazy and treacherous, I'll probably pick up the phone. You know, it's like, it's not that big of a deal, because I don't believe in being by yourself. I think that's not good. So being alone and having strong cutoff game, it could be good, but like, don't do that with everybody. That's like stupid. Case in point, I got a story for you guys. I'll be quick, but I used to work in senior housing when I was a property manager, and those people die alone all the time. You know, they're the OGs of the, you know, cutoff game. Y'all didn't know that though. But yeah, seniors, they're something else. They're either very nosy and they know a lot of people, or they're hermits and they stay inside. They die alone. Like, I never saw any dead bodies, thank God. But at my property, I had a lot of people that passed away because the place I was at was 62 and older. Typically, the people that came in were like 70 to 90. That's old, okay? And you age a lot quicker when you're by yourself. It happens, guys. I mean, let's have a real moment. Like, think of everybody that you know that's by themselves. They go to bed early, you know, they don't be talking to people. Cutoff game is pretty strong for people that are alone. You know, they have a low tolerance for people. They have no patience. You'll see that. So being by yourself is not actually a good thing. You know, we talked about the Islander personality. I used to think there was power in that. And I'll never forget the first day that I went to the church that we shall not name. Don't put it in the comments. I will delete that comment so fast. But at the church that we do not speak of, I remember the first like week or so that I went, one of the people that I'm still friends with right now, told me straight up, I was like, hey, you know, if I did this and that, I would cut people off so fast and da-da-da-da-da. He looked at me straight in my face and was like, you know why you do that? Because you're thirsty. He's like, you want people in your life. He's like, that's why you cut them off so fast. I'm like, damn, I didn't understand it at the time, but it makes sense now. Not going to go too far into it. But being by yourself is bad because you don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of. You don't have anybody that will check you. You don't have anybody. All right, I'm getting preachy, but you know what I'm saying? For me, it's good to know that I could pick up the phone and call somebody and run something by them and say, hey, this is how I see this situation. What do you think? Whether or not I believe in what that person's saying or I'm going to agree or do what they say do, the point is you got to have an opinion sometimes that's diametrically opposed, and you also have to have opinions of people that agree with you, because then you can see who's really on that bullshit. Because a lot of times people will come into your space and into your personal life and they'll tell you things that you want to hear. They will agree with you. Well, if you're going to sit and agree with everything that I believe about myself, I might as well be alone, because at this point, you're not helping me get better. Okay. I have the motivation that I need. I have that with God. I have that with me. That's already in me. You don't have to build on that, right? I want you there so you can tell me how to see something differently. I want you there to like kind of say, well, I know you see it that way. Think about it this way, Vic. The world don't revolve around you. You need people in your life to tell you stuff like that. So, being by yourself, don't do that. Don't do that. You know? It's not good. It's not good. You know? I did that for a couple of years in my life and it sucked. God, it sucked. Because I'm actually a social person, which I didn't realize until a few years ago. I actually like people a lot. But I get exhausted though if I get too much of a person. Okay, so last thing about no work-life balance. Thank you guys for sticking around, by the way. Apparently nobody in this chat has a hot date. You're my date. I love you all. Yes, that makes me a hoe. Just kidding. All right. Got it. You would know that he's an MMA fighter. Oh, wow. Bare knuckles. That's how you're supposed to fight, man. Bare knuckles. And that's how you got to go in life, too. You got to go in life bare knuckles. Shit, punch the shit out of something, you know? Got you. Yeah. If they lost a lot of stock, which that part I'm aware of, that's why I was like, I didn't know if you meant something like newsworthy or, controversial, because, we know what your channel, we know what you be talking about over there, but, here's the thing. That in and of itself does not matter, because what's going to happen here is when you're talking about, what was it? You said Netflix, CNN, whatever. Okay. Netflix is not going anywhere, because Netflix's only competitor, other than the illegal sites where people download shows and stuff, their only competitor at this time, I think, is Prime Video, Amazon Prime. Now, we talked about, I think you and I talked about it actually, that TV show, I forget what the hell the name was, but the fact that Amazon Prime is making me wait, and I think it came out tonight, so I'm gonna watch that crap when I get off the line with y'all, but it made me wait for this particular show instead of just putting up the whole season. I'm already irritated with Amazon for doing that, because Netflix will just give you the whole damn season. So that's still a selling point that Netflix has. Now, what I think will happen with Netflix, to be honest with you, is I think they're going to make an adjustment on the membership price, because they don't want people sharing passwords. So because of that, they're going to have to restructure how they do the pricing, and everything is going to be fine. Netflix ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Remember, guys, I lived in Hollywood. There's Netflix. Netflix was a couple of blocks away. CNN was, I think, 2 blocks away, next to the coffee shop I used to walk to. CNN was right there. So I never saw the people in person that worked there, but the ticker's always going off. There's always like protests in front of CNN, all that kind of stuff. Everything was right there in that neighborhood I lived in. So yeah, those companies aren't going anywhere. I can't see those companies or those buildings shutting down, and that's not going to happen. Disney, believe you me, not going anywhere. Okay. A big reason for that is just because of who is behind Disney. We're not going to talk about it, but it's the J-Date people. We know who it is. They're not going anywhere. It's not going to happen. All it takes to really get out of those holes, especially the financial ones and the stock stuff, they're going to sell stocks, of course. But all they have to do is wait for the next big story to pop up. And then they're going to offer you something that you're going to love, because how many people have kids? Believe you me, Disneyland is not even just for kids anymore. It's for adults. So Disney's not going anywhere. They're not, Who was the other one? You said Disney, CNN, and Netflix. Yeah. Like I said, CNN, they're not going nowhere. CNN might take a turn, though, where they start covering more liberal or more conservative points. I think they'll have more conservative talking points, which is going to be good. I think that's how they're going to get fellow or viewership, because I think a lot of people that are conservative are going to forget that CNN was full of shit for the last however many years, and then they're going to start following CNN. That's what's going to happen. Mark my words. Today, April 22nd, 11:06 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, conservatives will follow CNN in the next 5 years. What is ebook dispute? Well, I'm not sure what you mean. If you're talking about my product, well, hell, you can't find that, because I told them at the beginning of the video, the platform that I was selling all my products on, we started selling products again. And like I said, my email was like, ping, 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 you made a sale, ping, ping, ping. Bruh. Because I fired all my clients last year and I wasn't promoting, that account was dormant. So as soon as the account came back up and they started seeing money flowing through it, they were like, wait, let's look at her products. What is she selling, as a matter of fact? And they were like, oh shit, it's credit repair. You got to go, sis. And they kicked me off quick. So yeah, ain't no ebook dispute. You can get the free ebook at the website, though, right there at www.fixmyfico.now.com. Fix your credit within 90 days flat, but you got to follow it. These methods are tried and true. It is what it is. It's not flashy. It's not anything illegal. We do not do clean sweeps. There is no such thing as a clean sweep. You will be clean sweeping the prison floor if you do a clean sweep, okay? Because the credit repair company that does it for you, when they get in trouble legally, you getting in trouble too because you signed the documentation. So y'all gonna be in the cell together. Enjoy. Sorry, that wasn't directed at you. You know what I'm saying. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, I heard about CNN Plus, and there was a guy on my Facebook talking about that. I was gonna say it was Dane, but I don't think it was Dane. It was somebody else from the crew of the church that we do not name. He said that. He said it went belly up, and I'm like, damn, that sucks. But what does that even mean? Because if CNN Plus is just for your mobile device, I don't watch news on this thing. I don't care about that. So who cares? Like, how long has CNN been around? That's the real question. You know, they ain't about to go down like that. Oh, T. Looks like somebody's liking your stuff. You know, give me your wrench. You guys, I'm in oh, sorry, I stop talking mid-thought. I'm probably thinking I'm here by myself. I'm streaming to you guys through StreamYard, so I don't think you can actually assign wrenches through that particular app. So I gotta actually log onto my own live and see if they'll let me do it. Hey, Epstein's ghost. What up? What up? What up? What up? Okay. I gave out a couple of wrenches. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Is it Ramadan yet? Anyway. And Kim, you're a moderator now because girl power. Okay. So yeah, if you refresh or something, you guys should have wrenches now. Anywho, nobody comes in here talking shit, so it's all good, but I love you guys. All right, you got your wrench, Corn Pop. You got your wrench. Is that you or somebody else? T, talk to this man. Tell him that that's you on that picture. Oh, snap. That's so funny. Hey, Corn Pop, as a matter of fact, I was listening to a Bros and Cons episode with somebody not too long ago. And homie, you was talking crazy to me that night. Whenever, all them times you called in when I was on the show, you was talking crazy. Like, not in a bad way, but it was like, damn, okay. Yeah, hopefully you'll see everybody more often. I think, honestly, because I'm on the East Coast, I gotta go live later, which sucks, but it's fine. Yeah. And I think we should be stingy. And I don't think stinginess is bad. I call it being frugal. I think you should be frugal. I think that's good. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm being rude. I'm grooming on camera. I think you should be stingy. Or pay yourself first if you're going to do anything. I'll be talking a lot. Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to let that stay up there. I'm going to let that marinate. Who on here believes that? Who on here believes that? Yo. Bro, you can't go around swinging on people. That you quietly resigning from life at that point because somebody gonna shoot that fool. Damn, I don't even know if I can say that. Hopefully I don't get what you call it. Yeah, that's true too. All right, so let's deviate because I feel like some of y'all was ignoring my community post today. I just got to talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard for a minute. Holy snickerdoodles. Oh my God. Okay, if you haven't heard it, there's like a 4-minute YouTube video that talks about this. Yo, Amber's nuts, man. Like, she literally was going upside Johnny's head like for most of their freaking like marriage. That's crazy. But the interesting thing about Johnny, and I'm gonna move on, but God, it struck me. He said, and some of y'all in this chat are gonna appreciate this. He said he knew she was crazy from the jump. He knew she was crazy. He knew she was violent, but he felt compelled to stay. Even though he knew he was going to get beat up, he stayed. And what he said on the stand today, which was so crazy, man, he said that it's like fighting with your mom. Oh my God, you guys, I almost passed out when he said that. And I see I lost some of y'all when I got on that one. That's okay, because I'm going to finish this part of the conversation. But he said it was like fighting with his mom. Damn. How many of y'all, if you're still here, did anybody see that? Did anybody see that? If you haven't seen it, please watch it. Because I know in the chat, there's enough people that know that you marry your mama if you're not careful. But yeah, it was crazy. So he said that she beat him up and he still stayed. Johnny used to be one of my favorite actors. I would have never thought that dude was like that. Never. I never thought he was like that. But yeah, like she severed his finger. He said she left poop in the bed one night and then she blamed the dogs. But he said, nah, that was you. But even so, he continued to stay with her because you know what? Johnny was trainable. He was trainable. So it kind of does tie into what we're talking about tonight. Because if you're trainable, you could be in the right relationship, but you could also be in the wrong one for a real long time, longer than you need to stay. And even gorgeous Johnny Depp did it, you know? So I'm not shocked when I hear people, regular people that do the same thing. Kim is across the table, of course. Kim and Matt are married, for those of you that don't know. All right, looking good. Hey, yes, all is well. I'm actually out here. Another buddy from the church we shall not name actually lives here in Virginia too with his wife. And so I'm not all alone here. I'm not an islander, you guys. And I actually have some neighbors that hang out, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so all is well here in Virginia. And I have seen so many deer, which Matt and Kim know. I'm like, oh, hell, there's deer out here. That's crazy. But yeah, it's all good out here, man. For the next few months, though, I'm going to be grinding in this business. So yeah, like if you're not about that life, sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to hear it right now. CNN is going the way of Jello pudding. Whatever. I don't even think so. I don't think CNN is going to go nowhere. I don't, because just whoever's backing them and all that kind of stuff, a news outlet like that is not going down. It's not. All it takes is like a switch in political power or a switch in, controversial topics and stuff like that. And they'll be back. They'll be back. Come on. Where is this going to go? The way of Howard Johnson's. What? Funny thing about Howard Johnson's, they're still around, Matt. Like, when I was driving from California to Virginia, there's still Howard Johnson's everywhere. Actually, when I stopped in Tennessee, I was not able to get a room in the place that I wanted. So I was actually about to stay at a Howard Johnson's. So I think it depends on the market, actually, because a lot of people think Hilton's going down. Hilton ain't going nowhere. Nothing's going to happen. Too many affiliations and too many people that are going to save them, too many lobbyists, all that kind of stuff. Like they're not going anywhere. But yeah, Howard Johnson's is still a thing. And actually by Disneyland, there is a Howard Johnson's, Disneyland in California, Anaheim. Samuel could mend your differences. Ooh, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Oh, I do know what you're talking about, or at least the people. Yeah, mend your fences. Samuel strikes me as an islander, I think. And you know how I feel about islanders and people that don't want to be friendly, you know? You gotta have people in your corner and in your circle. Yeah. Honestly, it would be nice to see you guys on air again together. That was cool. Hey, people will ghost you quick, and that's like kind of tying into what we're talking about tonight. You know what I'm saying? Ghost your job if you don't like it, but you better have a plan. Because there's a lot of YouTube video about this too, and I would show you guys, but I know I'm gonna get a copyright strike, and I don't want that. But it's so funny because if you type in your phone or whatever device you use YouTube with, type in quiet quitting. You're going to find so many damn videos that are going to pop up, and they're so stylistically done. Dude, these people that are quitting, they're like tech people, they're people that have a crap load of money. They're $100,000 and up earners. Don't listen to their damn videos. They talking about, let's quietly quit and go into the wilderness. I quietly quit and now I'm doing van life. I quietly quit and now I live at the beach. Oh, you quietly quit and now you're homeless is what you're saying. And another YouTuber was talking about that tonight. And here's the thing with that. People be trying to make you think living like a vagabond is the shit. No, it is not. You need roots, okay? Don't be letting people trick you, because they're showing you how to live in a van, got like tubes and stuff like plugged in all over the place, cleaning their armpits in the back of a van. What woman is supposed to be doing that? But they'll make you think that it's awesome online, right? The other thing you don't know is sometimes those vans are parked right in front of their apartments or their houses that they go into, but you believe they're living in a van. Yeah. So same thing with these Great Resignation people. Don't believe the hype when you see that. They have a financial situation that you don't. You're not seeing the whole thing. They live with their parents. They live with roommates. They do all kind of stuff that you are just never going to be privy to. Because all you know about me is what I tell you on camera. Unless you're like, Matt, Kim, T Warrior, and you know me personally. If you don't know me personally, you don't really know what's going on in my life. You have no clue. I could tell you anything. Okay. But, unless my accountant or something is watching, but then I say sure. Yeah, so we talked about people dying in senior housing. I tell you guys about the lady that was dead. We're going back to not, being solo. This lady died in her apartment at my property, and nobody smelled her for days because the AC was on. So nobody knew. The only way that somebody knew was somebody from out of state called her. So yeah, don't quit your job because you're tired of people. You need people, okay? And then I think another reason people are resigning, and I'm about to wrap up, guys. People see their jobs as a means to put food on the table. I get that. And they don't enjoy their work, which nobody says you have to enjoy your work. I don't enjoy every facet of credit repair. I like the fact that I get to do things on my terms. I like that part of it. I like that, if I want to put a video out, I have the ability to promote it, or I can let it grow organically. That's a little secret you guys don't know about YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, everything. Those people pay for those views. That's another discussion for another day. But I like that part of it, but I also like the part that I get to reach different people. I've met a lot of different people with what I do, and I've started to understand and appreciate that I'm not an island. I do need people, and people need me. I'm not even saying that from a cocky standpoint. I like being needed. I like the fact that, somebody could see one of my videos and then they'll literally email me, and they be asking me a ton of questions, and I'll be sitting there like, yeah, that's a consultation. But I like the fact that the person is making that effort. They want to be better. I want to be better. I hope to be my best self this year, and I feel like it's happening. So I'm happy. Powers. What kind of powers, girl? What you talking about? I like Sam too. Yeah. I will say this though, because he probably ain't tuning in anyway, but I don't know. I feel like, how there's those people that sometimes they take a message from a content creator or a pastor or whoever. They take that message and they grind it home a little too much to where their whole life is based on it. That part, I think I'll leave behind. I'm not saying that he's that kind of guy. I'm just saying that, yeah, I met a lot of those people in the last few years. And I think now is the time for a lot of us to separate from that and see who we really are and what we're really made of, and if we can make it in this world without, Yeah, the trial is hilarious. But one thing about that, Matt, and I know we all talked about that not too long ago. I do think that there's a lot of men that are secretly abused, I don't think it's funny at all. And I'm acting like I'm getting all serious. Okay, look, I might have, all right, I'm not going to talk about my own personal story, but there's something to that, There's something to that. There's something to men thinking that it's acceptable to be hit by their women. There's something weird about that. But like Johnny said, it does go back to you see your mother in that woman. Because guaranteed, like a man that's with a woman that hits him or goes ballistic or she's just a bitch, right? 9 times out of 10, that guy's mom was a bitch too. She was. I hate to say it, And even my own brother admitted, he said, yeah, the girls that I picked, he's like, they remind me of mom. That's why I like them. I'm like, dude, I love my mama, but my mom was crazy. She was crazy. But yeah, that's kind of sad, man. There's a lot of guys out there getting abused. You would never know. Because men, like I said, you guys, you're not allowed to cry. You're not allowed to actually say your wife beats you. But yeah, I don't think it's funny at all. But I do know when it happens, it's time to go. Okay, well, he's hot. So, but that's not an excuse. But I think also you do know if the person's going to cheat on you when you get with them. You know that. Like, for sure. Like, I've dated dudes where I knew straight up, I was like, I'm going to be sharing that one. And then there's other ones where you can just tell. You're like, he ain't going to do it. He likes what he has. He ain't going nowhere. Sadly, those are the ones that we push away. But anyway, still around. Yep. And that's about it. Okay. The old-fashioned way. What's the old-fashioned way, Ulysses, if you're still here? Ulysses, you probably went over to Points Blank Travel. I saw he's on right now with Nigel Schroeder. Nigel is so freaking smart, man. I got to get on a live with him. Woo, he'll come on here and drop some credit on y'all. You'll be like, damn. And Nigel's only like 20 or something. Dude, that guy's young. Is she? I didn't know that. Well, that makes it even worse because to marry a gal that's into gals, why is she marrying you? To me, that almost sounds like she's marrying you to get something from you. A lot of lesbian, can we say that word? A lot of people that like the same sex, women in particular, they do marry men, and they do that in order to get kids from them. I know that's going to ruffle some feathers. I am okay if the viewership goes down. I'm a woman, so I'm telling you firsthand. I'm not making this up. Women will do that. They'll know damn well that they don't like what you are packing, but they'll sit on you so you can give them some babies, and then your life will be hell after. Okay, Camberlay without. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. When you look at these videos, y'all don't understand, man. Like, okay, here's the deal. If I was to turn my camera this way, no, this way. You see that? That's my kitchen and stuff, guys. You don't know that. If I didn't show you that, and if I set this place up and put some backdrops and stuff, you would think I was in a studio. You wouldn't know. You wouldn't be the wiser, right? What I show you online is what I choose to show you. Okay? I'm not taking you back there to my bedroom. I'm not taking you to the living room. I'm not doing that. You get access to this part of my place, and that's it. Okay? That's all you get. And you're going to listen to what information I want to tell you here. It's the same for these content creators. They tell you what they want you to see. Okay? That's it. I know a lot of content creators. Well, not a lot, but I know a few. They are not living the life that they portray online. Okay? My thing is that I'm honestly too real about some of the stuff that I do. So people think they can come at me sideways sometimes because I'm very honest and I'm very genuine when I deal with people. But shit, like I said, my cutoff game is strong too. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I clowned him on doing that too. I was like, bro, why are you grabbing your junk, bro? Like, stop. You supposed to be gifted to dance, godly, twinkle toes for Jesus. What you doing, bro? But in his defense, that brother can dance, okay? And he has like this insane amount of work ethic. That's the one thing I will say about him. I'm positive he's not on right now because he goes to bed at like 8 o'clock. But yo, that dude is great. We're talking about Joel. Joel Friday is his name. He used to be a dancer in like Hollywood, but he's now turned a new leaf. And he actually does business with dude, what's the guy's name? Something Bet David. David Bet David, whatever his name is, the guy that does Valuetainment on YouTube. Check him out. Dude has a gazillion followers. But yeah, he does business with him and he sells insurance now. Don't sleep on an insurance salesman, y'all, because they make a crap load of money. Look at what the guy that owns the Valuetainment channel, that's what he's doing. So yeah, he's the dancing insurance guy now, if you check him out on Instagram. Very, very great person to connect with. They believe they can figure. Oh, you're talking about the guys. Yeah, they do. A lot of them do. And then what I find too with those kinds of guys, sorry guys, this kind of took a different turn, but I'm just going to be talking to my buddies. I'll see you for the next one. Okay, bye Ulysses. If you go over to Points Blank, tell Rod I said what's up, because I'm pretty sure he's still on right now. But peace out. Come through and get your wrench next time, homie. Yeah, so they do believe they could fix her. And in some way, she feels like she can mold him into something too. So it's on both. It's two people that are sadly similar, but they don't see it. They don't see the similarities. It's only until honestly like a third party comes in and then you can see it, because I've listened to people that have told me like stories, and when you hear one side of the story about how crazy and abusive one person is, but then you got to understand the other person has a role to play in that too. But the thing is, they're telling the story about the other person, so it's not in their best interest to tell you what they did, right? So whenever I hear stories about like people, oh, he or she is so crazy, oh, they do this, they do that, they're a psychopath. Okay, now let's be honest. I got to question you, because what made you stay with a psychopath? What made you choose a psychopath? I can only hide my bad qualities for so long. You're going to see the good, bad, and the ugly within 90 days of knowing me, right? You're going to know if I'm the type to slap a hoe. You're going to know what I do, right? So the psychopath definitely showed her true colors before you got with her. You just chose to ignore it, right? Like Matt, I'll let you say whatever you want to say about it, but I'm pretty sure you can hear some truth in what I just said. There's a little bit of crazy in the man that is with the crazy woman too. And yeah, because he ain't trainable. That's the thing. That's the other thing too. If a guy does that, you got to understand he ain't trainable, because the thing is, he's used to fighting all the time. So I know I'm not being clear on what I'm saying, because I can't really divulge too much of what I'm trying to say. But yeah, it's like when you deal with two crazy people, you got to know they're birds of a feather. And the thing is, if you are not a person that is combative and argumentative like that, when you deal with the person that is like that, it's like you can't really how do I say it? What I'm saying is, deal with the person on the other side. They say their ex is crazy, but supposedly they're so sane. Give that person 3 months. You're going to see why they stayed with that crazy person, because they're going to do what that person did to them. They're going to do it to you. I've experienced that. Okay. Now, we're not talking about physical violence, but I have experienced a person that maybe can't see what they're doing. And it's like, wow, you're just like the person that you're talking shit about. You're just like them, and you can't see it. Yeah, we are kind of nuts, but we definitely should never put our hands on people. But you could put hands on people with your words too. And I'm learning that. I got to, work on my mouth as well. Use a phone that spreads healthy impact. Ha! No, just do what Amber did. She threw a bottle, severed his finger. He was very descriptive in court. And she totally said she didn't do it. And then they showed a picture of the paparazzi where his whole finger was bandaged up. It's like, what? Come on, sis. The other interesting thing that Johnny did was he had recorded her being crazy and hitting him, and he played it in court. I love it. I love it. Y'all, this right here can be your saving grace if you go through a divorce, because if you could tape that woman or that man being nuts with you, bruh, keep it. Don't even listen to your lawyer if they say it's inadmissible. Bullshit. That's evidence. I don't believe it. You need to get a new lawyer. Well, you're so dumb. Yeah, hit her in the stomach. Yeah. Always watch your girl too. Like if she's around like a whole bunch of women, I like women as far as hanging out with them, but you ain't gonna catch me with no gaggle of women. I don't like women that much. I really don't. Like I had to cut ties with a few women that I used to hang out with last year because they get weird. They get real weird. All right, the chat stopped. So y'all must just be listening to me talk, or you ran away somewhere. Anyway, I'm about to close out here, but I want to just say this one last thing about the Great Resignation. Like I said, do not believe what the news is telling you. People are quitting, obviously, because they do definitely want a higher quality of life, for sure. But a lot of it is they are getting let go. They're actually being confronted with ultimatums. If they don't get they have to go. Okay, that is what a lot of employers are doing. So I think that's the untold truth about what is going on here. That is it. Okay. And then some of them are getting let go because they don't have childcare, because, schools are not back in session. Somebody has to sit there and watch that kid. So a lot of people are resigning because of that. So they're not really doing it because they want to. But yeah, I was going to tell you guys a story about my mom, but I'm not going to do that. She resigned, but she resigned in such a smart way. She took a payout, and she hasn't worked in I think over 15 years. And now she's married to a man that pays all the bills. Who would have thought, And that happened in her 50s. So girls, there's hope. So anyway, all right, I'm going to leave you guys with my quiet resignation story because I totally forgot about it. And I'm going to cut this into another video because this part is probably the most important part. So anyway, at that corporate job that I told you guys that I had, I definitely what would I say? What do you call that? I was probably hanging on by the skin of my teeth technically for a long time. But the thing that helped me keep that job was that I was valuable. And I was valuable because I did my boss's job for her. My boss literally just used to sit in her office and talk on the phone all day. And by the way, everybody in the office talked about her, but smiled in her face. So I assumed everybody was doing that about me too, because she and we were stuck together. We were we had to have each other's back. And that's the lady I told you that's a black lady. She hired me because I was young and I was black and I dressed nice. Yeah, that's how I got that job. And I remember her saying, gosh, you're so cosmopolitan. You need to be in this office. And I'm like, that's it? You gonna double my income because I'm cosmopolitan? Sign me up. All right. So those are the goofy things that happen in corporate America. So I learned the job as I was on. The job description said you had to have an education, degree, all that kind of stuff. I didn't have any of that. But she hired me. So anyway, did this job. Definitely overstepped my boundaries quite a bit. But I was also I trained a lot of employees and yada, yada, yada. I had a lot on my plate with that job. But I would never do any job like that again. But I remember the reason that I quit. And this was it. And this was me being a millennial and not getting a participation prize. And yes, it was my ego. So long story short, I had a lot of years in this industry. And I think because the highest person, who was the executive director, she never really liked me. And I knew that, and I played on that because I was like, hey, you don't like me, but my boss does. So I can hang out here for a couple more years. But with this particular company, they started to have some financial trouble. And yes, this is one of the biggest, like I said, nonprofits in the world. They've sold off a lot of their property. There's a big mess going on right now, and it's been happening for years. People are losing their jobs. But anyway, I made the mistake of, like I said, getting on the executive director's bad side, because what I didn't see in my foolishness was that the next level that I needed to get to, though my direct boss was a director, she wasn't the executive director. And for the position that I wanted, because there wasn't a lot of room for growth in this company. So I had to wait for somebody to die or to decide they wanted to leave. And both happened. Somebody actually died and somebody actually left during the time I was there. And what was so nuts was, because I didn't play my cards right and I didn't care that this lady didn't like me, the other thing was my friend that threw me under the bus, I in turn threw her under the bus. But little did I know, the relationship she had with the executive director was by far was way stronger than any relationship that I had with her. So she, even though the other chick was in the wrong, the executive looked at me like, and what's your point? What's your point? Is that all you have? All right, well, have a good day. Talk to you later. That's what she did. And I was like, oh my God. Oh God, there's nowhere to go. I can't go anywhere. Oh shit, I messed up. So once I knew that that was the game that was being played, I was like, damn, I'm not going to get anywhere in this company. It finally hit me. I was like, damn, I'm stuck. Like, bro, how did I get into corporate and now I'm stuck? I didn't play the game right. I did the millennial thing. I went in there and I was too big for my britches. So after all that happened, we established that she didn't like me. The best thing happened, y'all. An opportunity for a regional manager position came up. And my boss was like, girl, you are a shoo-in. You better go apply for that thing. She's like, I'm going to pump you up and I'm going to get you that job. Well, she didn't say that, but she said she was going to help me. So what ended up happening was she did all that. I got my resume done, did the whole interview, yada, yada, yada. Went in there, interviewed with both of them, the executive and my boss. And long story short, I didn't get the job. That was the biggest blow to my ego. Oh my God, y'all. I went to my car and I cried so hard because I realized in that moment, it wasn't my skill level. It was that I didn't know how to network. It was that I made a mistake midway through my career with that company. And I thought I was the shit, okay? And I thought, well, if I do this, I didn't do it with the right heart. And that broke my ass. I'm not even going to play. That broke me so much. And I said to myself, I'm never going to work in corporate again. Never, ever. And that's when I started to look into starting a business and all that kind of stuff. And matter of fact, let me put this up here. And y'all ain't chatting. You need to say something. Shit, put a 1 in the chat. Do something. But yeah, so that broke me down, man. And I remember the day she called me into her office, the executive director. I could tell she took pleasure in telling me no, and that hurt, man. That hurt because I had put in 7 years with that company and I had gone through the ranks. So it was like, why would you not hire me? I don't understand. I had, I was the actual company trainer for that division of the company. I was the company trainer, the software person. I did the HUD billing. I did everything. I was the compliance person. I did everything. And she told me no. How could I not be a regional manager? I know the shit up and down. Accounting, compliance, I got it all. Management, I got everything. But because she didn't like me, that was it. And I remember even my boss talked to me about that. She's like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Oh, this shit broke my heart, man. And yeah, she was just like, I don't think she's feeling you like that. She said that's why this happened. She's like, I'm sorry. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. But she did tell me this. She said, look, There's not very many places to go. And she said, if you're going to stay here, the only hope you actually have is to get my job. And she's a dinosaur. She's not going nowhere. So she's actually still there. And this was like, 5-6 years ago. So yeah, anyway, that was my story, y'all. I didn't get the job, and then they ended up hiring a girl that was affiliated with the company through her family. So networking, nepotism, that's why I lost also. So I'm going to close this out with a quote from Jim Rohn, where we're talking about trainability, because you got to be trainable. All right. When it comes to things you want to do in your life, and I see I lost most of y'all. Sorry, but still going to keep kicking. Do not wish it were easier. Just wish that you were better. That is it. That is all. All right. So remember, be trainable. Listen to the advice that you get and implement it. All right. More products to come. We're going to have to do that at some point. And we're going to learn how to implement being trainable in your credit repair journey. All right. Yeah, that's what we're doing here. Okay. And just remember, it's okay to venture out and do something different. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it till the wheels fall off, because this is my year. I moved across the damn country. All right. I did that. I hopped in the car and drove the whole damn way by myself. How many people do you know that have done that? And I ain't saying I'm Superwoman because I did it, but I'm telling you, the journey into the unknown is something I am stepping into every single day this year. I am trainable. I am ready. I am ready to follow God's will and do whatever He tells me to do. That is it. That is all. That's my life mission this year. So if you are not part of that, get your mind right so we can roll together, or move on over to the side and you can come meet me on the other side. Okay. Maybe I can do some credit repair for you. I don't know. But again, it's okay that I'm not going to be a prophet in my own land. I'm okay with that, because honestly, most of my business is going to be strangers anyway. So it's okay. I'm not offended by that. Yeah. And that's it. So I can't believe I'm still smiling this bright. It's almost midnight here and I have to go. So if you're still here, just like leave a comment or something. Oh, dude. Somebody tell me, was that music playing the whole damn time? Like, I hope that wasn't playing the whole time. That would suck ass. Anyway, guys, I got to go. I got to get some sleep. I got to take some melatonin so I can actually go, because I'm hopped up right now on adrenaline. All right. So again, don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. Become trainable. You will be so thankful that you did. I will see you guys on the next broadcast. Credit Solutionist out. Have a great week.